And the first person is going to give us the
coming season.
We are not preparing to respond to the El Nino expected disaster. Rather, we are consolidating and refining coordination strategy for mitigation. Unlike the past, we are saving lives and livelihoods before tragedy strikes. That is why this convening is critical in streamlining our actions as opposed to disjointed reactionary measures. While it is the responsibility of government to protect life and livelihoods, inclusion of partners offers well thought out actions for better results. This was evident in the last few months when we worked together in fighting famine and drought. I must admit that I was privileged to chair the National Emergency Response Committee that dealt with the worst drought in 40 years, and to the credit of the people in this room and other partners, we are so proud that we didn't lose a single life despite having the worst drought in 40 years. I want to say pongezi. Excellencies, distinguished guests, the weather forecast indicates that more than 20 counties across the country may face one of the heaviest rain seasons in decades, starting the month that is just about to end, and we have been told all counties. Indeed, as can be confirmed by governors and our regional commissioners present, several parts of the country are already receiving rains beyond usual quantities. This will intensify and extend up to early 2024. Some of the counties that have been identified as possible areas of El Nino include Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, Kisii, Nyamira, Baringo, Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nandi, Kericho, Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Trans Nzoia, West Pokot, Vihiga, Laikipia, Murang'a, Nakuru, and Narok. As you may have noted, these counties are either in the Rift Valley or west of the Rift Valley. These regions are home to more than half of the country's population, which therefore means that with other hotspots identified across the country, El Nino will be devastating if we fail to plan properly. The English say, failing to plan is planning to fail. I don't think any of us in this room want to get caught up in that situation. Excellencies, distinguished guests, our children are preparing for national examinations while their parents are ready to harvest. The business community is crossing the country in rebuilding the economy as the government implements massive infrastructural projects for better service delivery to the people. All these and more other undertakings will be interrupted. After a prolonged drought of almost 40 years, the worst in 40 years, we do not wish to lose lives and livelihoods. We do not wish to see the 1997 El Nino situation, which more than 1.5 million people were displaced and negatively affected. We must safeguard the gains we have made since the rains commenced. That is why we must prepare properly together as one. We note with appreciation that some counties and partners are already establishing structures of mitigating possible impacts. In particular, I wish to urge counties including Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, among others, to give priority to cleaning and unclogging the drainage networks. We also recognize that with the expansion of our towns, we have not matched drainage systems as required. As a matter of urgency, we request counties to prepare artificial waterways. This will include surface runoff and risk of flooding, more so in residential areas. On this note, allow me to also draw your attention to mapping out burst or non-functioning sewage systems. They are a health hazard at this time. The national government administration teams are ready to work with counties to prevent spillage or service runoff. El Nino is beyond county governments. El Nino is beyond the national government. El Nino is beyond our development partners. That is why we must work together by leveraging our diverse capacities in technical and financial resources. A synchronized strategy will offer a methodical implementation matrix of the mitigation measures which we are refining today. One of the key components of our strategy is sharing of information between our teams as gathered from early warning systems. We also agree on execution of duties and responsibilities for a shared win during and beyond El Nino. Excellencies, distinguished guests, let me take this moment to also address our people, the Kenyan people. I wish to start by assuring them that a lot has been going on in the background in preparation of the expected abnormal rains. Today's meeting is a comparison of notes with our partners for better response and, most importantly, mitigation in the event of emergencies. It is very important for us, Kenyans, to take measures to reduce the negative impact of these rains. That is why we are appealing to those living in low-lying and flood-prone areas to move to higher grounds. On the other hand, we would like to urge our farmers, especially those with grains to harvest, and store their produce early, and where possible, sell to those who are willing to buy. This will minimize post-harvest losses. Further, we also request Kenyans to be proactive in reporting cases of emergency through officials and other channels that would be making public. In this regard, we invite the media to work with us in timely dissemination of information for the public to remain safe. Excellencies, distinguished guests, while we strive to build resilient structures, the rains are an opportunity also to grow more trees. His Excellency President William Ruto is leading the nation in planting more trees towards meeting the 15 billion target by the year 2032. Improving forest cover will reduce the negative impact of climate change by stabilizing weather and countering events such as landslides and mudslides. We encourage our farmers in the less flood-prone areas to grow food. After the El Nino, we still need food. On this note, I invite all of us to this convention and look forward to a solidified march to mitigating the possible impacts of El Nino. Asanteni sana.